shoot, I said as you claim it. Instant Xbox, spin the block, his legs slide. Fast talker, no riddling, moonwalker, selling moon rock just to make dividends. You in traffic with family? That much making a portrait. Gun kick back, not grannies from porches. David on the scene, you know that it's scorching. What's a man with king? No response to the saying, advancing the line, advancing the payment. You front the game and shoot, what said as you claim it.
You already know the time, told my boys to hold the line. We gon' shoot it out in seconds, leave you posted like a vine. Bow your head down to the king, leave your roses at the shrine. We stay ready for the war, just need the king to drop the sign. Say what you running from, what you running from? I'm with my team, we bleed green, that's what you wanted, huh? Say what you running from, what you running from? I'm with my team, we bleed green, that's what you wanted, huh? This what you wanted. This what you wanted, huh?
Peace and blessings, and welcome back to Xbox Frontline News with your boy, the King. And on this powerful Thursday, that's right, the day that Thor's made, we're back at it, baby. Now, Sony's financials came out, and Sony did drop a new game trailer and new gameplay for this new game today. And we're going to get into how that game gets to play and what it looks like and what we can say. But, I ain't gonna lie to you. Kind of took me aback, bro. But if it's your first time finding the channel, please accept my invitation to become a sub. I drop videos daily, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you love Xbox and you love me, the King, I'm your new best friend. Now, I also cover other news in the industry. Why? Because I'm a gamer and this hobby is my love fest. So today we'll be talking about Nintendo, we will be talking about PlayStation, we will be talking about the state of Nintendo. Well, you know what? I'll give the state of Nintendo at another day because I think the Nintendo Direct was kind of good. So we'll talk about that a little bit later. But we will be talking about the state of Sony, and things may not be as rosy as some guys portray. Like, a lot of guys are walking around here with rose-colored glasses talking about how dead Xbox is. I think you got some stuff in your own backyard you need to go check out there, homie. But without further ado, let's get into these topics because we have new Xbox hardware, new Xbox games, services doing their thing, and you know my name. That's hashtag no PlayStation 6. You know what it is. We're going to run it up on these bumps. I'm going to keep the boot on Kong's neck this whole generation. For the person that said last episode, where was that energy? It's here. It never left. And then I had somebody say that I'm anti-mask. If you saw during the whole time we had to shelter in place and work from home, and I was at these cons, I had on a mask. I took the jab so I can go to these conventions and report. The level of ignorance displayed on some people is staggering. Partner, I don't sit at home just giving you information. I go get that. All right? Unlike a lot of people. No need to point fingers. No need to kick people in the stomach. They're already kicked. Hey, put down the controller. If you're playing Final Fantasy Remake right now on your Xbox Series consoles, or you're playing it on your Xbox ROG Ally X, or you're playing it on your PC through your Xbox store and your Xbox full screen experience, put down the controller. Put down the controller. I got some news for you. Now, once you finish that, and you should finish that game soon. Like, hey, all right, you got until June. You got into June because today, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth hits the Xbox Series consoles this June. Pre-order discount is available right now. Square Enix quickly follows up the Remake's Xbox release with Rebirth. The game is $40, $20 percent off pre-order discount at the Xbox stores. Pre-purchase bonuses is Summoning Materia, Mogul Trio, Summoning Materia, Posh Chocobo, Armor, Mortal Kombat, MK2, Armor, Midgard Bangle, MK2. These bonus items can be attained by pre-purchasing the game by 6/2 2026 local time. Rebirth is the second part of Square Enix complete remake of the classic JRPG Final Fantasy VII, with the first part launching on Xbox just last month in the form of Final Fantasy VII Remake Integrate. Rebirth is more of an expansive affair, with Cloud and his friends set out to journey across the planet, and new adventures await the vibrant, vast world. I want you to know that you guys are in for a treat when it comes to this. Addict played it, finished it on the PlayStation, and I'm playing Remake Integrate right now. I started it on my PlayStation because right now it's in PlayStation Plus, but I just, got it on Xbox and I'm playing it on Xbox. So I'll be with you guys come this June when we get down to it. And we didn't have to wait a long time for this. This is a great thing. And now when 3 launches, we all play together, man. Let's do it. Breaking news. Final Fantasy VII Remake will not be a temporary PlayStation exclusive. Insider Nate the Hate has revealed several interesting details about the Final Fantasy VII Remake trilogy. The Switch 2 and the series port of Final Fantasy Rebirth is expected to show up June 3rd. Now, according to Nate the Hate, Square Enix has not signed a temporary exclusivity agreement with PlayStation for the third part. It will therefore be released simultaneously on all platforms. This makes sense as the Japanese publisher has adopted a new multi-platform strategy in the future. So, are you looking forward to playing day and day with your brothers in arms? Shout out to the PlayStation Nation for not having the cash to fit the bill. Oh, buddy, when you play, we all play together. If you're the last remaining holdout on the PlayStation 3 and you're using it to watch Netflix, well, it's over. I'm so happy to report to you that Netflix is ending PlayStation 3 support after 20 years. Good. It's over with. It's over. I can't wait. On March 3rd, when you go to try to sign in, it's donezo. It's over. 20 years. You had 20 years to scrape up the money to get a PlayStation 4, you bum. Get your gaming on. Watching Netflix through a PlayStation 3. You disgust me. Looks like little old Steam is feeling that pressure. Valve admits its new console plans have been affected by a component crisis. Now, in a new blog post addressing Steam users this week, Valve says that the memory shortages that you've likely heard about across the industry has affected its exact shipping schedule pricing. The team goes on to say that we've planned to be able to share specific pricing and launch dates by now, but this component crisis has halted those plans at the time of this posting. Valve does reassure fans that our goal is shipping all 3 products at the first half of this year has not changed. But basically, there's a lot more work ahead to get everything in line for a smooth launch for Steam machines, Steam frames. We'll have to see how all this shakes out, as definitely curious to see how the company's competitor to Xbox shakes up this year. Well, competitor to PlayStation and Xbox. Even if you were not exactly sure when it'll come out and how much it'll cost at this time. Now, I personally believe that a $900 console is dead in the water. $800 console is dead in the water. I don't really know how to price their VR, to be honest with you. Whatever that may look like at some point, let's try to figure that out together. But again, I have a PlayStation VR 2. I have an Oculus 3. I don't have room for a Steam frame. All right, so I already have a service for my my Oculus, my Meta Oculus. I said Oculus. My Meta Quest 3. I already have a subscription for that, so I don't really have too much room for another VR. One of the best games that I played at Summer Games Fest was Pragmata, and a demo is up right now. If you want to get a chance to check that out, if you have all 3 consoles, one of the 3 consoles, it's available for all 3 consoles at the moment. I got a chance to play it on the PlayStation last year, so I'm going to play it on my Xbox now. The game is a magnificent looking game. It is one of the reasons why I believe in Capcom so much. And actually, let me tell you something. This is what I thought Death Stranding was going to be like when I first saw it. I didn't know that it was going to be a package delivery game, and this game kind of takes those aesthetics that Kojima has and gives you an action game that you were desiring. I mean, shout out to I gotta really give a shout out to Capcom, because Capcom actually they're doing big things. They have a ton of games coming out, and all of their games are high quality. Man, I can't lie. I got to give Capcom their props. With the news of Halo Campaign Evolve dropping this summer, Xbox is a little bit concerned when it comes to Gears of War, E-Day, and Fable launching around Grand Theft Auto 6. I personally wouldn't put Fable there. I would put Fable probably in September, to be real with you. And I would play around with E-Day probably for Christmas. That type of thing. To be real with you, because looking at it, you got Halo dropping in the summertime. I thought it would drop on November 15th. I think that game is bulletproof when it comes to dropping on its original launch day of November 15th. And I would flip them, to be real with you. I would flip Fable, put Fable in the summertime. Fable or Gears in the summertime. I would go with Fable, though, in the summertime, and then I will take Halo and put Halo on the 15th of November, and figure out where E-Day would go. E-Day could slip to next year, 2027, and launch at the top of the year or in February. But apparently right now you can expect that to happen. Xbox Game Studios reportedly planning to release the remake of Halo Campaign Evolve this summer, but is concerned about Fable reboot, and the Gears E-Day will be outsold by Grand Theft Auto 6 schedule of November 19th. So what does Campaign Evolve mean? It means I think Xbox could be a little bit more reckless with Campaign Evolved, with launching it on other competing platforms, based upon their lack of having it, right? I don't think we've heard a Switch launch yet, but again, anything's possible, right? Anything is possible. Now, remember I talked to you guys about this new controller coming from the Xbox. Xbox is reportedly releasing a brand new controller revision in 2026, a year before next gen is set to arrive. Now, remember, I also explained to you that this year OEM consoles will be coming out. Now, I'm going to get into that in another topic in a second, but let's just talk about the controller for a second, right? As part of a huge report from The Verge, the journalist Tom Warren has revealed that Microsoft next-gen Xbox controller revision is coming this year, after it was originally canceled in 2024 when plans reportedly changed at Xbox headquarters. Indeed, they heard that the Xbox Sable controller revision years ago, and it sounds as though some form of that new pad will release here in 2026. Warren has said, in this year's revised controller includes Wi-Fi connectivity to reduce Xbox cloud gaming latency. And this is a quote from Tom Warren, I'm hearing that Microsoft has greenlit next-gen Xbox controllers that include Wi-Fi connectivity to reduce Xbox cloud gaming latency, and a new Xbox controller was originally planned for 2024 alongside a canceled Xbox Series X refresh that was titled Brooklyn. Now, with that, you had the haptic feedback and all that other stuff that went into it, and again, that wasn't a prudent idea based upon what we see going on now. The report doesn't go into detail about those old Sable features we heard about back in 2023, such as haptic feedback, modular thumbsticks, rechargeable battery, and more. For now, The Verge is reporting on this as improved latency feature. Here's hoping that Xbox has more of its sleeve. I can tell you right now that it will have haptic feedback, it will have the modular thumbsticks, and it will have a rechargeable battery. No longer would you be able to swap out your battery. Think of it as a PlayStation controller for an Xbox. It's also going to have sound cues inside the device as well. So again, all those features that you get on a PlayStation version of the game, you will have all those versions of that inside this controller. Also, it has a pick up wake feature so that you can easily, quickly get into the game. That's as much as I can say about this controller, or the stuff that I do know about this controller that is in the works. Again, this is from The Verge and Tom Warren. You know, they talk about it. I'm just reporting about what they talk about, man. Now, the Sony's financials has hit the streets. Sony's Q3 financials for the 2025 holiday season results was released today, February 5th, 2026. While the hardware sales have slowed down, the division soared record-breaking engagement. Remember, folks, engagement. Now, PlayStation's performance in Q3 fiscal year 2025. PlayStation 5 shipments was 8.0 million units, down 16% from 9.5 last year. That's year on year, down 16%. I mean, that's a huge decline from last year, down 16%. Total PlayStation lifetime sales is 92.2 million units. They have shipped, and they count shipped units as sold. So let's not get crazy, but let's not wear a frown. Operating income, 140.8 billion yen, up 19% year over year. That's operating income. 19% up year over year. That's up 19% year over year. Network engagement, a record 132 million monthly active users. MAUs are in the building, and that's a monthly active user base of 132 million monthly active users. That's the whole PlayStation ecosystem, counting the PlayStation 4. Software sold, 97.2 million games were sold. That's third party and first party, with first party titles up 13.8. That's up 13.8. Again, guys, I'm not telling you it's down. I'm telling you it's up 13.8%. Ghost of Yote was a primary driver, reportedly outselling Ghost of Tsushima in the same launch online comparison. Cost to ratio, it outsold it dollar-wise. Despite the hardware dips, profits grew due to a weaker yen. High digital software margins, 76%, and an increase to PlayStation Plus revenue. We constantly have fights and fusses about the state of Sony. Hardware's being down, but software being up, with monthly active users falling in line, with first-party titles bringing in the tow, with the rest of the cash, as you know, goes to third parties. Now you know. This is the state of Sony. Now, let's show you that new Horizon title from Guerrilla Games. I know you guys are waiting for it. Here we go. Let's get into this title. Let's do that. Let's do that.
Oh, I've been waiting for this. Oh boy, I've been waiting for this. What's up, Mitch?
But whatever comes, I will be ready.
Oh, my bad. Sheesh. That's when they had money for a budget and they were doing AAA titles. I'm sorry. Let me give you the real stuff. I do apologize. That should never happen, and I am so sorry that I did that. I apologize. Let me show you what it really looks like.
I don't know how it's gonna work. I don't know how it's gonna go. I don't know how it's gonna go. It could go either way. It could go either way.
Incoming attack! Work together, win together.
Hey,
You get your fucking hands off me.
On a day when we thought only Xbox and Nintendo news will be rushing through the streets, Guerrilla Games and PlayStation had something else to say about that. Announcing Horizon Hunters Gathering, Guerrilla's new co-op action game. Now, I know you've heard about this game that was supposed to be in development for a while, and we always wanted to see more about it. We heard that it was a live service type of game and that it would be in the Horizon universe. We thought it was supposed to be an MMO RPG, and a lot of different news was coming out about it. Well, today we got what we didn't expect, but we also got what is a refreshing new take on the Horizon series. Something that was absolutely stale. Big budget, trying to do what the big boys do that nobody ever really cared about Horizon. I thought Horizon was like the terrible stepkid in the Sony universe. And today shows me Guerrilla Games is probably Sony's most versatile studio. Coming from making first-person shooters to a third-person action game to a third-person action co-op game that is a live service game, the flexibility within Guerrilla Games is astounding. Now, I'm not saying that the game is going to be good. I'm not saying that the game is going to be bad. But what I am saying is this studio has been asked to do many different tasks, and they have obliged. With the gameplay that you're seeing on the screen, the game itself looks more akin to Fortnite, more akin to earlier games that uses the Unreal Engine 5, and a little hip, a little trendy, a little bit like a hero shooter. It does have a feel of Ubisoft's Map Vomit. It does feel like a mobile game come to life. It does have some of those same isms when the games take on a color palette or an art style like this. Now, I gotta give it to Guerrilla Games for being as bold as they are in doing this. Unapologetically, it bears a likeness to a more cartoony Monster Hunter. Now, we can talk about the reasons why at the end, and I'm going to give my assessment of the state of Sony in this whole conversation, because I believe this is a reckoning. Apparently, Sony has made $2.3 billion selling first-party games on PC and Xbox. And for the life of me, I don't understand why this company continues to be as stubborn as they are when it comes to understanding how money works. Now, I can say this. I do believe that they understand and short-armed when it comes to able bodies that are able to do diligent tasks all at the same time. I do believe they aren't as well, how can I say it, well optimized as a company when it comes to putting out simultaneous games on multiple ecosystems at once. So I do believe they prioritize the PC, they prioritize their platform first, then the PC, and then the Xbox. So I do believe that is how it goes with them, because again, they want to make sure that something is a certified hit and there's an outpour for it, a wish list for it, so they can actually make money off of that. So I'm not going to begrudge them too much, because I understand that they're not as big as a company as Xbox. But again, PlayStation is the little engine that could. So good on them for making $2.3 billion. That's nice. Good going, Sony. I want to thank each and every last one of you guys for sticking around and watching the video. Pretty long one today, based upon all the information that was given. The Nintendo Direct. Let's start off with the Nintendo Direct. I first and foremost want to say that Nintendo knows their audience. Their audience is very true to what Nintendo has to offer. Very Japanese or Eastern centric when it comes to their games. Their games tend to skew to that audience, and they have a little cuteness to it. But at the same time, I'm a multi-console owner, right? When it comes to being able to just take that game on the go, I'm not really purchasing any games on the Nintendo platform based upon the ability to travel with it. I'm gonna be real with you. My purchases when it comes to Nintendo has everything to do with exclusive titles, Mario's, stuff like that. So this was a partner showcase. So my expectations absolutely changed. They did have a couple of titles that I did see that was kind of cute and stuff like that. And I think I could hold out for those titles to even show up on another platform with a robust gaming engine, because we're not going to act like the Switch is a powerhouse at any cost. We're not going to do that. But what we would do is say that Capcom has tapped the main vein when it comes to delivering AAA experiences on the Switch. Now, they do look a little crunchy in some parts. We're not going to act like they don't. But again, they're here. They're trying. And this is the first console that Nintendo has made that has the ability to play current gen games. Yeah, a little crunchy, but again, they still able to produce titles that are noteworthy, and I got to take my hat off to them. So again, this partner showcase for me, because they start off the year, and I told you that they would. I told you Xbox first, Nintendo, and then we will have one from Sony, I think by the 16th. So I told you the 5th, and we got that 5th. So I think Sony's like the 16th, and we're supposed to have another Nintendo Direct, I think somewhere close to the end of the month. And that's really about Nintendo stuff. from them themselves. They just wanted their partners to have a showcase so that can let that breathe. So I personally, I'm going to give it an 8. Based upon the Xbox titles that were there, them having Bethesda titles, and I thought Starfield was going to pop up. I really did. I guess Starfield Watch still has to go on. I guess we're going to have to wait until after Xbox receives the DLC to see if Starfield is actually a thing that's going to drop on either the PlayStation or the Switch too. But me personally, I say congratulations to getting all of those games. Indiana Jones, Elder Scrolls. Listen, fantastic games. The Fallout collection. You guys are in for a hell of a treat. I want those games to reach a greater audience, man. Especially the Elder Scrolls. You guys never got a chance to play Elder Scrolls. It has been locked away from the Nintendo ecosystem. So listen, get on your bib. Get out to buying, pre-order, pre-list. Go do what you got to do. Make sure that you fund my fund, because the more games you buy, the more games I get to try. And I love that about Game Pass. You guys get out there, do the bidding, do the work. Sony financials came out today, and across the boards, everything looked decent. It looked good. It wasn't extraordinary. I mean, they was talking about monthly active users like they broke the bank. Now, I'm not gonna lie, they're up multiple millions from the 128 or the 129 that they had before, and they're up to 134, and I think that's great. 134, yeah, that's a fantastic thing. Monthly active users is the metrics that you guys were teasing Phil Dominus, Maximus Aurelius Spencer about, a long time ago, and I just said that's the metrics, engagement. What they're trying to do is sell you things. So the more they can keep you there, the more engagement that you have, the more active users that you have, the more they can sell you stuff. Well, obviously they can't sell you consoles because consoles were down, right? But again, consoles is down for everyone. It outsold the Switch 2 during the holiday season, but that was based upon them only having the fake sale. Remember, they raised the price and they lowered the price back to the original price. It's stupidity. But software did sell, and Ghost of Yode did outsell Ghost of Tsushima during the same period of time, dollar for dollar, I guess. So I guess that's a real good look for Sony. But again, marginal increases, but they didn't have a dip when it came to software revenue. So again, hats off to Sony for working really hard to getting to 92 million shipped, where they consider it sold, and they're about to hit that 100 mark, and they already outpaced, I think it was the PlayStation 3 in the same time. So they're on par with the PlayStation 4, a little bit behind the PlayStation 4 in total sales when it comes to consoles during the same period of time. But I think this generation is going to be very, 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 very long for them, which probably be their last generation when it comes to hardware in the traditional sense, because again, I do not see us going backwards. I only see us going forward. The Steam machine will actually tell you exactly where we are when it comes to pricing on consoles, new consoles, old consoles, whatever, because old consoles is going up in price. New consoles is starting off at a high price. So again, I honestly wait for the Steam machine and the Steam frame to come out to actually get a gauge on how bad PlayStation is down. Like, it's going to be something different. But again, this financial year on year, y'all were up in some areas and down in some areas. But this is gaming. It is what it is. Xbox, being the unmitigated crazy champ that they are, that Nintendo Direct did exactly what they did. You closed the show with the biggest, the baddest, and the best. And them closing the show with Bethesda, Todd Howard coming out and telling you you're going to get a chance to play Fallout Collection. You're going to get a chance to play Oblivion. You're going to get a chance to play Indiana Jones. Yeah, the crunchy editions, but it doesn't matter. You're going to get a chance to play these games. And I want to see how these games do in the wild over there before all the other games actually invade the Nintendo ecosystem. There are tons and tons of users that are over there, and that will only produce a greater number of the monthly active users over Microsoft and Xbox is over 500 million. So again, I know PlayStation guys, I know y'all look at it and be like, wow, we're doing 130, yeah, 500 plus. But what I wanted to talk about was the shareholder meeting when it came to Rockstar. Now, Rockstar put out some numbers, and from all intents and purposes, they had the PlayStation selling 90 million, and then they had the Xbox selling 48 million consoles. And then there was a big dispute inside on Twitter with one guy caring so much about another man's post. And if one person interprets shares and shareholder meetings and conversations that were at the shareholder meeting, and another person interprets it another way. My thing is, one person was reporting news, the other person was being a little bit emotional based upon their bias when it comes to what Xbox sold or didn't sell. I'm gonna be real with you, 100% real with you, because a lot of times I like to joke and play around, but I'm talking about realness. I don't give a damn how many they do sell or don't sell. Really, I'm gonna be real with you. I don't care how many PlayStation sells and Nintendo sells, long as my console is there when I go to pick it up. Long as anytime I want to pick up a console, I'm able to get mine. All right. So I've purchased multiple Xboxes, multiple PlayStations, but that was for sale because I was scalping in the beginning. And, I kept my base PlayStation, and then I got a Pro and gave my son my PlayStation 5 base. But I've done that all the time. I've always scalped consoles and sold consoles and modded consoles and stuff like that. So me purchasing consoles, I'm part of the number, the tally. But if you purchase your console, then you should worry about games. Like, actually, this is not a business channel. This is a gaming channel. So the overall health of Xbox when it comes to games and consoles and stuff like that, for me, it's really based upon the games that I'm having available. And with the information of Rebirth coming out in June, and I'm playing Final Fantasy Remake now with a short turnaround window of Rebirth, that's fantastic for me. A lot of people say, "Oh, it's not going to move the needle. You're not going to." I don't care about everybody else. I just care about myself. And it may sound selfish, but this is what we do. This hobby is based upon you being as selfish as possible. And let's be real, man. I mean, if the games look good and you're playing your game, who gives a damn? Don't yuck on somebody's yummy, man. Right? Like, do not do it. Like, if somebody loves something, the hell with it. Why are you worrying about it? This is the same reason why I don't understand why, if you are a PlayStation person, why would you come here? Not saying that you're not welcome. You're absolutely welcome. If the comedy actually hits, let it hit, man. Enjoy it. But also, we play games. Now, I did sign a major deal with a new sponsor, and I'm waiting for that to show up at the casa. When that shows up here, Fight Night Fridays is going to be incredible. It's a major sponsor that you guys, we're going to talk about. We're going to do the unboxing, and we're going to talk about the sponsor comes with another sponsor. All right. So you guys are going to see some stuff. And I want to give a shout out to Hip Hop Gamer for getting a nomination at the NAACP Awards, Image Awards. We got to support him. We have to support him. He's a fellow gamer in our space. We have never seen a gamer in an NAACP to be nominated. So again, this is Xbox Frontline News with your boy, the King. Like, follow, subscribe, hit that notification bell. We're doing this. We are here. This is a powerful Thursday. I just want to say thank you, guys. I want you to do what I always try to do. every day. I want you to go where gamers game and winners win. And try to play the Game Pass.
Now let me alone and piss off!
Play it day one with Game Pass.